Today in 6 minutes, we're going to see the Mule runtime version with PatchDate, Cloudhub monthly patching recap for the process, Runtime Manager list all applications pending for updates, also for a specific application, then Platform APIs, getting the date from a PatchID, using Postman PlatformAPIs to get the date from a PatchID, and finally, most important, display the Mule versions with PatchDate in a spreadsheet dashboard, the open source tool. Now, let's remember, every MuleSoft application has a major release number, a minor release number, a patch number, and you also, since about a year ago, will get the patch date format. This is the format of a Mule runtime version, complete format. Every month, there are Cloudhub patches. They become available on the first week of every month. Then you will be able to already apply them manually, and they will be enforced for you first on the sandbox environment on the week 3, and then days after to the production. You can see a year 2022 example here. You get March 8, the patch becomes available. The update week enforcement is during March 21st and March 25, and then the update week for production is during the weekend, March 26 and March 27. Great. Where can I see now all the APIs that still need a Cloudhub patch? I can go into the Anypoint platform, into Runtime Manager, I select my business group, and then I can go into the environment. This is through the UI. All applications will be listed here, and the ones that have an update available will be listed here. You can see that the runtime version, however, doesn't display the patch date, and it has an additional field where it marks when a date of the last modification to the API. If we go into a specific applications, in this case Metrics Accelerator, you will see the runtime version displaying here with a warning if it's not the latest patch. If you open here, you will be able to also roll back to a previous version or even older versions. In this case, we're not able to go into older versions because there was a security update. Very important, so you won't be able to go back to an unsecure patch. A way of retrieving the exact patch date is to make two Platform API calls. The first call, as displayed here, is to display all the applications in an environment. You will get update ID and Mule version in each of the applications. With that update ID and that version, you can call another endpoint that will retrieve the exact data from that specific update. Using the Anypoint Platform APIs collection, you come into Management Center, into Runtime Manager, into Cloudhub, and you will be able to list all Cloudhub APIs in an environment. You will need to pass the token, the organization ID, and the environment ID. With that, you list all applications, and this is an example of one application. It starts with version ID, the domain, the full domain, and more important for us today, Mule version 4.4.0. Update ID ends in 798. If we come here to our other request, we will get version 4.4.0 and we get the patch ID 798 at the end. If we make this call, we will get the information including the name, that is already the date, and the specific date in epoch format. For some customers, it's crucial during the Cloudhub patching phase to be able to see, as in these dashboards, how many Mule applications I need to patch. In this example, is the date taken on 14 February, meaning that we still need to apply the January patch for our applications manually. If we go into the first chart, which is all the running Mule APIs, you can see that the Mule runtime 4.4.0, there are at least 7 applications that have the January patch. So we can communicate to the development team that we can proceed with 1, 2, 3, or however we want to already manually patch them so that we can run regression testing in advance. We are not waiting for Cloudhub to enforce the patching on the 3rd week. We're doing it before because we can do it whether automatically and update all existing APIs, or we can do it one by one as well. So how to use the repository? First, you need to import the Mule application into your studio, check the properties YAML. You can use your username and password, or you can use a client ID, client secret, which is recommended. The client ID, client secret will take priority. If you do nothing, it will only take client ID, client secret. Otherwise, you can comment it like this, and username and password will be used. Now, our Mule application is already running in here. Very simple. We're going to make a call directly to it. And let's stop for a moment. And we get our CSV file with the aggregated patch dates. We're going to paste it into the spreadsheet. We need to split text by 2 columns. We do that. And then our dashboard in this spreadsheet will already get automatically populated. This allows us to see that our versions of Mule APIs are mostly on 4.3.0 for this environment, and it's February patch already, which is great news. Most of them, all of them, have gone through the changes because this is a sandbox environment. Thank you very much for watching until the end. These were all the topics that we cover. Until next time, thank you, goodbye.